How did I become the Millionaire Recruiter? Well, check out this video right now and I'll get into it a little bit. Hey, welcome to the Millionaire Recruiter. I'm Brianna Rooney, your Millionaire Recruiter. If you have not seen this channel before, it's all about making you the next Millionaire Recruiter. So, welcome. If you have not been here, please subscribe, send it to your friends because it keeps me going, keeps me excited. But I have been getting asked a lot how I became the Millionaire Recruiter, and that is a long-ass story. Yes, I wrote a book about it a long time ago, which I should probably rewrite at this point. But I want to just get into tidbits of this. And so what I'll do is I'll share my story throughout, but this one is, I'm going to cut the fluff in this one. I'm not going to tell the whole long ass story, which I will one time. But first and foremost, I was super scrappy. I went into it, honestly, not giving a shit. I went into it, what my stepdad said, what is your boss doing for you that you can't do for yourself? And I was 24 and I said, absolutely nothing, not thinking anything through. So that was a superpower of mine. I think it's still kind of a superpower of mine, although I have gotten caught a little bit with it, but I don't think that far in advance. I'm like, I quickly go in my head. Yep. Good idea. Cool. Great. Move. So I move really, really, really fast. I am definitely a doer, not a thinker. And so that's how I've been able to be really scrappy, which is just running lean and mean. And then I always wanted to prove my point. I wanted to say, hey, of course I can do this. Of course I didn't have to go to school to be successful. Of course I didn't need training. I could just figure it out. But that's also because I've never really cared about failure. Like I looked at failure as the fastest way of learning, and I'd be like, oh, okay, well, that was easy. Let me do it this way. And so that was just always my mindset. And so when I think about how I actually became a Millionaire Recruiter, it was because I was really strong up here, and I would just constantly cut the fluff. So if you watch any of my videos or you're taking any of my training through Thriversity, you'll know that I push you to cut the fluff in your messages. The, hey, how are you? Hope you're having a great day. Hope this message finds you well. Cut it. Stop it. No one needs that. And so I operate in that manner when I speak and through my messages, and even my thought process is what's the fastest way to make money? What's the fastest way to get a result? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm even crazy that I'll buy furniture. I guess I haven't bought furniture in a while that I've had to put together, but when I did, here's the instructions, and I'd be like, yeah, okay. And throw them away. I'd be like, I'm sure I could just figure this out, And so I think that's the attitude you have to have, is like, you're just going to figure it out, because what's the worst thing that can happen? So another thing that I wanted to focus on was not the process, but the results. So I'm extremely results driven. I also work on contingency. And so I think that combo, it's like, that's what contingency is. You don't get paid unless you have results. So I didn't think about although I kind of know how many messages I send out, I wasn't focused on my KPIs at the moment. And I definitely teach others to focus on KPIs, because you cannot, figure out what's wrong unless you have data, right? That's what you have data for. But at the time, I just moved lightning speed, and I was just focusing on making sure I had enough interviews. Like I knew how many interviews I needed to close a deal. I knew how many offers I needed to make enough money or make what I wanted. And so that I just focused on that end and made sure that I just did as much as I could to pump up that portion of the business, and making sure that I still closed enough to make what I needed to make. And then I also made sure that I tried all different things. So it's not like I had one message that I'm like, oh my God, it just took an hour to figure out this one message and I'm going to send this out for a month. No, I have all sorts of different messages. So I like to A/B test stuff all the time, ABCD test things. Ooh, did that work? Did that right? And then once something works, I keep it. I've had this one email subject line for honestly 4 years at this point, because it works. It gets opened a lot. I have a very, very, very high open rate. So I keep it. But if my response rate isn't great, then I know that my message isn't that great. So I might change my messages whenever I need. Another thing that I really made sure that I did was I was always thirsty to learn. No one taught me anything. I made sure that I just went in there and tried things, which is the testing stuff. And I was so thirsty to learn. This is why I now coach and why I have Thriversity and I do all these things. And I have this channel is because I knew I was thirsty for it. I kept looking for people to help me and mentor me and do all these things that didn't exist. So I think that also is what was great for me. And I made sure that I didn't have a safety net. There was nothing to fall back on. I didn't have another job in mind. I didn't have money saved, and I just went for it. And I think that that's super important. If you want to become the next millionaire recruiter, you have to just go for it and not think about the what ifs, the what happens. What if it doesn't work? Figure it out. And last but not least is what I'll share on this particular one is I pay attention. I look at everything. Now, I don't want to say I have a good attention to detail because that would be inaccurate because I move so fast, but I will say I pay attention to, there's no such thing as a coincidence. Like if someone went to this company after that company, there's that common denominator, which is why I came up with the sourcing map. If you haven't used a sourcing map, I definitely do sell it. On Thriversity here, we'll put the link below, but it's gold. It was like, okay, wait a minute. Why am I just looking at a job description? In order to fill this role, you don't just need a job description. You need to talk to the hiring manager. But in addition to talking to the hiring manager, who again doesn't specialize in hiring, I need to see the behind the scenes. So I need to see all the common denominators. I need to see why this venture capitalist funded this company. Why did that company do well that got money from here? Why did this founder do really well with these people? So it was just a constant, I think, I was just curious. I was curious. I paid attention. I took notes. And so I think that's what put me over. So thank you guys for the question. I know that you probably want a bigger, in-depth, what did you do first stuff. So I'll do it. I'll keep doing these ones for you. But I think it's important because I know that you can do it. And this is how I did it. And so we'll go from there. So comment below, what questions do you have in particular on how I got here? I would love to answer that. And I can do all these different series for you. So thanks so much. Got a little personal with you today. I will see you every Thursday at noon. And don't forget that money is just a vessel to do all the amazing things you want to go do in life. Go live it. See you next week. Are you thinking about starting your own recruiting agency? Still trying to figure out where to begin? You are not alone. Many aspiring agency owners are intimidated by the unknowns, the complexities of the recruitment industry to the point that they don't even start. They let their dream fizzle out. Womp, womp, womp. While watching others succeed. So the freedom to be their own boss and not have their potential earning capped slipped right through their fingers. But what if I told you there's a way to turn that overwhelming challenge into your biggest opportunity? That's exactly why I created the Start Your Own Recruiting Agency Crash Course. This shouldn't be a secret that I keep. As a serial entrepreneur in the tech recruiting space, I have over 15 years of experience in building, scaling, and successfully exiting recruiting companies. This comprehensive bootcamp is designed to guide you through every step of launching and growing a successful recruiting agency. I wish I had this course when I first started. That was hard. It could have saved me so many headaches, so many costly mistakes. And this course covers everything from creating your business blueprint to mastering sourcing techniques and delivering best-in-class candidate experience. Imagine having over 7 hours of video instruction, 30 plus downloadable resources. All of these are designed to propel you towards achieving that 6 to 7 figure milestone. This is what I'm offering to you. Let's tackle these challenges head on. Enroll in starting your own recruiting agency today and take that first step towards building the career and life you've always wanted.